Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4. It's been a busy day in the Madison area thanks to a visit from the First Lady.
Dr. Jill Biden has been in Madison all afternoon, and we've been following her from the airport to her several stops here in town. Our Eric Franke is at Glacier Edge Elementary School in Verona, where she is arriving right now. Eric, what can you tell us?
Well, Dr. Biden, the First Lady, is arriving right now at Glacier Edge Elementary School on Verona's southeast side. She has made a couple other visits today after arriving at Dane County Regional Airport at about 1:15 this afternoon. A little later than planned. She had visits yesterday in Indiana and Illinois, and actually flew up here from O'Hare to the Madison area. There she is getting out of the vehicle right there, greeting the officials here, giving a wave to a group of parents who have gathered here. They got a little heads up that the First Lady would be stopping by here in Verona. This is the first visit by a sitting First Lady to the Madison area since 2014. At the time, Michelle Obama was in town stumping for then gubernatorial candidate Mary Burke a couple weeks ahead of Election Day back in 2014. So, of course, education. I'm locating a few people that are in this crowd here. I see Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway, the Verona School Superintendent Dr. Tremaine Clardy, also in that group, who are entering Glacier Edge. Glacier Edge, again, a school known for its English as a second language program, very strong special education program, and also known as a strong place for teachers to work. And that's, I think, going to be the big message today that we get from Dr. Biden, of course, an educator herself. When you talk about teachers and how they had to endure the pandemic, I think that's going to be her big message. Remember, most schools aren't in session yet, so this isn't an event where the First Lady is going to be addressing students. There are, from what I am told, about 500 educators in this building today. They were here a couple hours ago lining up, of course, going through all the rigorous security detail that is needed when you have a visit of this magnitude. The Secret Service has, of course, vetted this school for going on 10 days now. So it's been these visits are planned so far in advance. But we believe that Dr. Biden will be addressing some 500 educators just a few days before the start of the school year, which comes next week here in the Verona School District. And also all schools pretty much are in session next week. Now, let's recap what Jill Biden has done so far today after this visit. We mentioned she arrived about 1:15 at Dane County Regional Airport. First on her list of stops, of course, Exact Sciences in Madison.
Hello, welcome to Exact Sciences.
She stopped by the company, of course, that's famous for Cologuard boxes, part of the White House's Cancer Moonshot Initiative. That initiative intends to reduce the death rate from cancer by half within the next 25 years. Exact Sciences has been a part of the Moonshot Initiative since it started as just a summit back in 2016 during the Obama White House, of course, when her husband served as vice president. Now, next up on Dr. Biden's list of stops was the Black Women Wellness Center in Madison on the west side. Founding CEO Lisa M. Payton welcomed Dr. Biden and Senator Tammy Baldwin to the center, where they talked about how to better black women's wellness. She also talked about the steps that Senator Baldwin, along with President Biden, are taking to catch cervical and breast cancer at an earlier stage.
The Cancer Moonshot is about, where we stop cancer before it starts, and we make treatments more affordable if it does, where we actually catch it early and help people to live longer, healthier, happier lives.
The Wellness Center officially opened in January of 2020, offering fitness and wellness classes to women. Now, as is always the case with these visits, when you have one party, the other party will respond. The Wisconsin Republican Party holding a virtual response press conference to Dr. Biden's visit in Wisconsin today with Wisconsin moms. The speakers in the Zoom meeting grilled Dr. Biden for her associating with the Wisconsin Teachers Union, who they have blamed for widespread school shortages, teacher shortages in the fall of 2020. They also blamed the Teachers Union for low reading and math scores around Wisconsin. They had a message for Dr. Biden as to who she should be talking to, in their opinion.
The Teachers Union is not where you should be. The Teachers Union in Kenosha Unified School District only represents about 30% of our total educators. And we're excited to see that since Act 10, members in the Teachers Union has certainly plummeted.
Okay. Representative Nedweski was saying that instead of meeting with the Teachers Union, Dr. Biden should be meeting with parents of Wisconsin children. And now I'm going to bring in Will Keneally, who is of course, our political reporter. He just raced in. What you have here is You have the motorcade of the first lady coming in, and all the security details scrambling. You have media caravans behind them, so that means a person like Will, who was with the first lady at her prior stops, has to rush over here short breath. Tell us a little bit about what you saw in those early visits.
Exactly. Yeah, so I heard the First Lady talk a lot about the cancer moonshots that the Biden administration has been pushing for, kind of in both senses. Exact Sciences talking about the Cologuard, kind of that cancer screening tool that you see all the TV commercials for. And then on the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness, talking about kind of early cancer screening and how we can get that into some of these communities that have that disparity when it comes to health care often.
And it's the start of the school year. It's a campaign season. We've seen what it's been in Wisconsin. We've seen Kamala Harris. We've seen the president. We've seen, obviously, the debates among Republicans. They're making Wisconsin central to the entire campaign in 2024, you know, with their convention here in Milwaukee next year. But it's really already, I mean, this is early in the game, and it's already a big part. Wisconsin's a big part of the game plan here.
Exactly, and I think we are seeing this right in here. Wisconsin is just such a huge state for the Electoral College for the general election next fall, so they're already trying to start that groundwork here in the Badger State with literally 3 visits in the last 3 weeks here.
Yeah, we're going to let Will catch his breath. We're going to try to catch the remarks of the First Lady as she addresses, like I said, about 500 people here, and it is school year, which really equates well for the First Lady, of course, a longtime educator herself, so it's no surprise that the White House wants to put her and team her up with education as the school year and the campaign season gets ready to roll. Charlotte, Mark?
It's the perfect fit indeed. Eric, thank you. We will be continuing our coverage of the First Lady's visit all day long here on News 3 Now. You can watch it on Channel 3000 or the Channel 3000 Plus Smart TV app. You can tune in also coming up on News 3 Now at 5 and 6 for live team coverage from Will Keneally, Catherine Merck, and of course, Eric Franke. Let's take a look outside. Nice day for the visit from the...
A gorgeous day for the visit.
Horses are welcoming the First Lady as well. Hot end of summer. Jacob's in the backyard. The alert day's coming up.
Yeah, don't get used to the weather today for much longer because temperatures are going to slowly warm up into the 90s for Labor Days, and we do have alert days in effect for Saturday through Tuesday. Now, you might be thinking those high temperatures aren't too bad especially compared to some of the days last week, but the reason we have the alert day in effect is because of everything that's coming up this weekend. Saturday, first Badgers football game. Sunday, the day before Labor Day, and then Labor Day itself. And then Tuesday, a lot of kids are starting school, and it's going to be hot each and every one of those days. But like I mentioned, don't get used to the weather right now, but I do have to say right now it is very, very nice. 77 in Madison, lower 80s for parts of our area. We are likely not going to see high temperatures in the 70s for quite some time after today, unfortunately. Now, I also have to bring up the drought monitor, which was released today, and with the no rain we saw the last week, the drought continued to get worse. Now, Madison is still under a severe drought, but a lot of our area under an extreme drought, especially to the north and west of Madison, and also just to the south of Madison. Not a lot of rainfall for the foreseeable future, so we may even see parts of our area get into exceptional drought. A big reason for this is, well, there hasn't been a lot of rainfall this month. We are 1 inch and 3/4 below the deficits for the month. Pretty much, this is pretty much all of August at this point, considering this is the last day of August. And we've been very dry since the beginning of June and also very dry since the start of the year. Now, for tonight's forecast, we are going to see low temperatures in the lower 50s. Not as cool as last night, but still a little chilly at times. Pretty close to average for this time of year. And tomorrow, not going to be too bad tomorrow. Highs will be in the lower to middle 80s, but then Saturday, we likely will see highs in the 90s. I'll talk more in detail about the temperature forecast and give you the heat index forecast coming up a bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Tropical storm Idalia is now in the Atlantic Ocean, but its tail end is still dumping rain along North Carolina's coast.
The storm came ashore as a Category 3 hurricane on Wednesday and left a 700-mile trail of destruction through 4 states. Jason Allen reports from near where Idalia first made landfall.
Residents of Horseshoe Beach, Florida, are returning to find their small coastal community in ruins.
You want to live on the water, you got to put up with it, you know?
It was this area, Florida's Big Bend region, where Idalia came ashore as a Category 3 hurricane.
Oh my gosh!
In the city of Perry, the 125-mile-per-hour winds ripped off this gas station canopy.
No!
And brought trees crashing into homes. Storm surge inundated entire neighborhoods. Florida officials say most people in the affected areas evacuated, but some holdouts had to be rescued.
So I know it's not easy now, and I know it's going to be a lot of work, but we will get everyone back on their feet.
Here on Keaton Beach, where Idalia first made landfall, it did tremendous damage to some of the homes. But also, strangely enough, other homes built right on the water in some cases appear to be left nearly untouched. Phil and Rhonda Horn returned to their home of 30 years, assuming everything would be gone, and were surprised it wasn't.
We're just so happy to be here. Thank the good Lord, is what we keep saying.
Idalia also cut a path through Georgia, then weakened to a tropical storm before reaching the Carolinas. Powerful winds lifted this car off the ground.
That car's flying!
Local police say the 2 people inside escaped with only minor injuries. Jason Allen, CBS News, Keaton Beach, Florida.
And in Florida, 2 people were killed when they lost control of their vehicles driving through the storm.
A man in Georgia died after he was hit by a falling tree.
It could have been a lot worse, that's for sure. Well, a new sports show is coming to Channel 3 tomorrow night.
We'll have a preview of Wisconsin Huddle when Live at 4 continues.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Labor Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Here's a live look at the Glacier Edge Elementary School in Verona, where where the First Lady, Jill Biden, is about to speak. We'll head back there when she starts that conversation. So just how important is Wisconsin in the upcoming election? The Republicans held their first debate in Milwaukee, as well as their national convention next summer.
It's just as important to Democrats. The First Lady's visit to Madison today is the third visit by of Biden to Wisconsin since the first of the year. And joining us now is UW-La Crosse political science professor Anthony Chergosky. Professor, thank you so much for
being
joining
with
us.
Thank you for having me.
So talk about how special that this visit is.
It really highlights the importance of Wisconsin in the general election. As you indicated, it is quite possible that Wisconsin could be what we call the tipping point state in the Electoral College. And the tipping point state is the state that puts a candidate over the threshold of 270 votes in the Electoral College. That is the number of votes that a candidate needs to win the election. And so Wisconsin could be the state that puts a candidate over the top. And that just highlights the importance of Wisconsin in the upcoming general election. Obviously, the Republicans right now are more focused on the party nomination process. They are focused on Iowa, New Hampshire, those key early states in their nomination process. Meanwhile, the Bidens have a bit of a head start when it comes to the general election. They can focus on Wisconsin with the full awareness that Wisconsin could be that decisive state come November 2024.
And the last couple of general elections have been razor thin, the win.
Yeah, Wisconsin has been extraordinarily competitive over the past several presidential elections. We have certainly seen that in 2016 and 2020, with Donald Trump narrowly winning Wisconsin in 2016 and then Joe Biden narrowly winning the state in 2020. And all signs point toward a very competitive presidential election in 2024. The vast majority of states can be easily predicted, even at this point in time, in terms of if they're going to go in the Democratic Party column or the Republican Party column. There are very few swing states at this point in American politics. Wisconsin being one of those swing states, a very, very competitive state. You can bet that this is not the last we will see of the Bidens. Of course, we're going to see a lot of campaign activity as the focus really shifts towards that November 2024 election date.
Anthony, is there something that you are particularly watching closely for in Dr. Biden's visit today?
I'm just trying to get an impression of the role that Jill Biden will play in the broader campaign strategy of the Biden re-election campaign. The 2020 campaign, it's hard to read too much into that because so much of that campaign was disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Biden campaign held very few in-person events compared to what we might normally expect. And first ladies, first spouses can be very important elements of a broader campaign strategy. We don't know quite at this point what role Jill Biden will play, but certainly she could have an important role. And we just need to kind of tease that out a little bit in the campaign to just get a sense of, what will her messaging be? What will she try to communicate to the voters? How will she try to connect with voters? Because sometimes the first spouse can play a bit of a different role than the candidate. And that's really interesting to watch in the broader dynamic of these presidential campaigns.
So it's going to be a busy year and a half around these parts.
Oh, that is for sure. And the Madison area is particularly important for the Democratic Party, because if the Democrats can get high voter turnout in Madison, as they have in some of the previous statewide elections here, then that bodes really well for their chances of winning the election. Democrats are benefiting from population growth in the Madison area and high voter turnout in the Madison area. It's a recipe for success for the Democratic Party. They have also made some inroads into some key suburbs, most notably the suburbs surrounding Milwaukee. So there are a number of things that a Democratic candidate needs to do in order to win Wisconsin, but certainly mobilizing the vote in the Madison area is at or near the top of the list in terms of what a Democratic candidate needs to do in order to win a statewide election here.
Interesting stuff.
Well, Professor Anthony Chergosky with UW-La Crosse, thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. And I'm sure we will see more of you in the coming year and a half.
Thank you.
As we head to the break, we have a live look from the Glacier Ridge Elementary School in Verona.
It's the principal of Glacier Edge Elementary is speaking now before Dr. Jill Biden will head up to the podium.
We'll get to that right after this.
And what she's brought to the White House. After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. And right now, save up to $700 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Tempur-Pedic queen mattresses start at just $42 per month when you use Steinhafels 72-month financing. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains. Designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Well, take a look at this. You won't believe this one, but we swear it's no bull. Police say a Nebraska man was pulled over after he was spotted rolling down the highway with an enormous live bull riding shotgun. A full-size Watusi bull named Howdy Doody, which might be the best part of this story. The stakes were high, but the owner avoided a beef with the cops, who gave him a warning and told him to steer his custom convertible right back home.
Look at that span. You don't want to get him mad.
I first saw this video and I thought, well, that's a stuffed thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
And did you check out the back of the car?
No, I did not.
Looked very dirty.
Yeah, well, you did what bulls do.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see that there now. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. We could just avoid that. Okay.
All right, no bull, it's going to get hot.
Unfortunately, yes, it will get hot. Now, the good news is that the heat index values won't be as bad as the last heat wave, but still going to be hot. I'll have the details after the break.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I touched on it earlier in the show. We have the alert days in effect Saturday through Tuesday, and the reason for that, high temperatures will be between 90, 94 degrees, maybe even approaching the middle 90s, and the heat index values could get up to 100 degrees. Now that's right, they likely aren't going to exceed 100 that much simply because the dew points will be a lot lower. So that is the good news with this heat wave, but unfortunately it's still going to be very hot. Now here are the three things you need to know. It's going to slowly warm up. We were in the 70s today, 80s tomorrow, and then we'll probably get to the 90s by Saturday. We're also going to be very dry for the next week or so. There's only a few chances of rainfall, not that much though. And I already talked about the temperatures. Heat index values could possibly get to 100. And Sunday through Tuesday, we could definitely break some record highs. Now here's a look at the forecast for tonight. Pretty calm night, lows in the 50s. Some areas may drop all the way to the 40s further north, but for the most part, you know, not much going on tonight. And tomorrow definitely will be warmer than today, but not too bad at all. We'll see highs in the lower 80s. Places near Iowa, Minnesota could get to the middle and upper 80s, but we likely won't see any areas in the 90s tomorrow. Then Saturday, we have the forecasted high of around 90 degrees. Still not going to be too bad, especially at least compared to the start of next week, but still going to be hot nonetheless. But then as we get to next week, we'll see high temperatures in the middle 90s, possibly getting into the lower 90s. And there are 3 straight days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, where we definitely could break those record highs. So here's a look at the record highs. The yellow that you're seeing, that's the forecast, and the smaller text is the record. So for Sunday, the record's 92 and the forecast is 94. And then Monday, the record's 94 and the forecast is 93. And then for Tuesday, the record's 93 and the forecast is 92. So records are definitely in the ballpark. Probably won't break the warmest low temperature, but still going to be pretty mild during the overnight hours. Now, here's the good news. The heat index not going to be too bad, especially tomorrow. And then for Friday, or sorry, this is Saturday, we will see heat index values in the lower 90s, but that's pretty close to the actual temperatures. By the time we get to Labor Day, time we get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, that's when we could see a little bit more humidity, but still going to struggle to see those heat index values reach 100. So that's definitely the good news with this heat wave. And then Monday, it is going to be a little bit cooler, maybe a little bit more humid. Still going to see those heat index values in the mid-90s. And then Tuesday, we also could see the heat index values in the mid-90s. So again, not going to be as humid, but still going to be hot nonetheless. And it looks like that heat will stick around as we look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. As far as precipitation, though, we really aren't going to see a lot of it. There's a few chances of rain, specifically Tuesday night into Wednesday and then next Sunday. But even though we aren't going to be as hot, we're still going to be warm for next week with high temperatures maintainly in the 80s.
All right. Thanks very much. Just talking in our ear, and we can't listen to everything all at once. Tomorrow, a new era of Wisconsin sports coverage is born.
News 3 Now's new weekly 30-minute show brings you closer to your Badger athletes than ever before.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Huddle at Buck and Honey's.
Wisconsin Huddle is your behind-the-scenes exclusive access to the top players and athletes at Wisconsin.
Beginning this Friday, News 3 Now is rolling out a weekly 30-minute sports show called Wisconsin Huddle. But this isn't your average sports show. We're not just talking X's and O's.
All right, Jim, earmuffs.
You're going to see the insides of these athletes' personalities, what makes them tick, what makes them laugh, what their lifestyles are about, you know, sort of beyond the gridiron.
Every Friday at 6:30 p.m., Zach Henley sits down with a Badger star in front of a live audience at one of 4 Buck and Honey's locations.
With Coach Fickle coming in, all this amazing talent that's on the team, you know, this is a big year. There's a lot of anticipation. All of our 350 staff members are excited for UW.
Hear how each star is doing on the field.
There we go.
And off.
We could be here a while.
Thanks to new opportunities with name, image, and likeness, News 3 has partnered with Team Lammy, who represents Wisconsin's biggest stars in every sport.
Not aware of a show focused on the players happening, not just in Wisconsin, but in any other part of the country. So I think we are on the cutting edge. It's a great opportunity for the student athletes, but also for viewers to learn something new about their favorite players.
There we go.
So tune in every Friday at 6:30 to learn about your favorite player and strengthen your connection with Badger Nation.
And you see sides of these celebrities that you've never seen before, and it makes you become more endeared to them, right? That's what you'll likely see, you know, in this show, are different dimensions and different sides of these athletes that most people will never get to see except for this show.
Fridays at 6:30.
6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. All right, as we go to a break, we're going to take you live back to Glacier Edge Elementary School, where Senator Tammy Baldwin is speaking right now. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Mansion, on Capitol Hill, or in the White House. I am so
Save on your next paint project with 11% off everything at Menards. Style your home with Ultra Interior Paint and Primer with a smooth finish that provides great coverage. Pick up a gallon starting at just $19.29 after rebate. For a paint that covers in one coat, choose Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint. This premium paint and primer comes in over 700 one-coat colors and offers excellent durability. Now $32.89 per gallon after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Experience a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
5, team coverage on the First Lady's visit to Madison. We'll be with her on every step of her tour. Why this visit to Wisconsin is so important for the next presidential election.
First warn weather alert days are in the forecast for the Labor Day weekend into Tuesday. Temperatures will be unusually hot for early September, and some high temperature records may fall. At 5, I'll let you know if any relief from the heat is in sight.
And ahead at 6, Madison is facing an Adderall shortage. We speak with a local pharmacist on the impact and find out how residents can get their vital prescriptions.
Here's a live look from our Edgewater Skycam. Looking downtown Madison. We need that thing cleaned. Good grief.
Maybe the spiders there can do some cleanup.
Clean up after yourselves, please.
All right. So you've seen them hovering over golf courses or stadiums during TV coverage.
But it's still a big deal when the Goodyear blimp comes to town, as we found out back in 1983. Here's our Traveler Throwback Thursday.
This is the view we usually have of the Goodyear blimp, the most famous promotional vehicle anywhere, usually spent its time floating over football games and car races. But for the next couple of days, the Blimp Enterprise, one of 4 in the Goodyear fleet, will be floating around Madison. And it gives us a chance to see a blimp close up. And close up, only one word comes to mind: huge. The Blimp Enterprise is huge. It takes a crew of 22 people, including 5 pilots, to keep her flying from city to city. And as she comes in to pick up passengers, that crew is kept very busy. Holding down 9,000 pounds of helium-filled rubber and polyester is not easy. Blimps are meant to float, not to sit on the ground. There is some primal force inside that takes over when a blimp is right on top of you. And there is childlike excitement when you get to ride in one. It's like a huge, amiable friend letting you ride on his shoulders. Pilot Dick Daniels, who's been a blimp pilot for 9 years, led the Enterprise around Madison. 2 airplane engines are used only to power the blimp. The helium inside keeps her in the air. A big wheel in the center controls the up and down movements. Most of the other instruments look just like an airplane's. But the blimp is not an airplane. It just floats along.
You've got 200 feet of sail, 60 feet high, that you're vulnerable to a wind shift at any time.
For Dick, piloting a blimp is just about the best job he can think of.
Goodyear lets me fly their $3 million toy, pays me for it, travel around. I mean, you see something different every day. It's gorgeous.
All too soon, it seemed, our ride was over. It was time to glide home. Time to let somebody else have a chance to feel like a kid again. It costs Goodyear about $2 million a year to keep a blimp flying. And Goodyear, it's worth every penny. Mark Kane, News 3, traveling with the Blimp Enterprise.
A blimp wants to fly. And I took the wheel for a little bit.
Was it?
Over Lake Mendota.
Okay. I'm going to guess it's not one of those spin it really fast.
No,
okay.
You just sort of booze along. But that was an experience.
So amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, as we go to break, we're going to send you back to Glacier Edge Elementary School, where Governor Tony Evers is now at the podium.
Governor, part of
we'll be back with more after this break.
Work, and that includes making sure that you have the resources and support to be successful.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee.
We are breaking in because Dr. Jill Biden is about to speak in Verona in front of 500 educators. Let's listen in.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, and trust.
Good afternoon, Verona. How's everyone doing? This is a totally normal Thursday, right? My name is Cabby Hong, and this is my 23rd year teaching in this incredible school district. I am a proud member of the Verona Area Education Association, WIAC, and NEA. It is my honor and pleasure to be introducing our very special guest today, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. When I think about our First Lady, I think of someone who has the heart of a teacher. She is kind, compassionate, empathetic, but most importantly, she is a fierce advocate for all students. This advocacy comes from years of experience in the classroom. She started as an English teacher at St. Mark's High School, and today she continues to teach at Northern Virginia Community College. To see a fellow educator and English teacher like me in the White House is incredibly affirming. Personally, I'm thrilled to have the First Lady here because I know she believes, as passionately as we do, that all students deserve top-notch, safe, and welcoming public schools. No exceptions. Whether working to support America's strong public schools or inspiring the next generation of educators, we have a partner in the First Lady. So Verona, let's give a warm back-to-school welcome to our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, please. I hope my students welcome me like that on Tuesday. Anyway, thank you, Cabby. You know, your passion for your students shines through everything you do, so thank you. Thank you very much. And Principal Taylor and Glacier Edge for the warm welcome, so thank you all. Mayor Rhodes, Conway, and other elected leaders joining us, thank you for taking the time for asking me to be here today. And Becky and Randy, you always show up for your members. And we're all so thankful for your leadership and commitment to helping educators thrive across this country. And I'm truly honored to be here with all of you educators and support staff. You, all of you, make me proud to be a longtime member of the NEA and an honorary member of the AFT. With each new school year, we stand on the precipice of possibility, Hallways once again overflow with the roar of life. Shrieks of excitement shattering the summer calm, welcoming us to our next chapter. And as educators, it's hard not to wonder about the students we're about to meet. I mean, I've already looked at my roles. And so what will help their imaginations soar? What do they hope to become? And what will they push us to discover together? But for some, those moments have been ripped away. Last week on Maui, I spoke with teachers and administrators, counselors and librarians who had lost so much. Their loved ones, their homes, their schools, and their dreams for the new school years. But even amid their personal devastation, they were searching for a way forward for their students. You know, think about it. Think about all those lives lost. So many of those educators lost so many students. And as I've traveled the country again and again, I've seen educators' resilience in the face of impossible odds, flooding and fires, violence, and a pandemic. But then, that's who we are as educators, isn't it? I mean, we chose this path out of love for what we do and who we teach. And I think that that message matters more than ever. Because lately, when I turn on the TV, I see pundits attacking our public schools and saying that parents and educators are at odds. But that's not what I see. I visited schools where parents and educators are working hand in hand to help kids overcome challenges and make learning better for everyone. There's no divide between those who love our students and those who teach them, because we do both. This isn't just a job that we walk away from at 3:15. When we're caring for our own kids, we're thinking about someone else's kid too. To answer this call of service is in itself an act of hope. Because you all know this. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. And all of you were called to this profession for a reason. Because you never give up on the families you serve. Because you continue to believe that a better world is possible. And you make that world real, one student at a time. And none of that could happen without the support of our unions. I'm here to say that you aren't in this alone. You have a friend in the White House. Two, in fact. Me and my husband, Joe. I always knew that Joe would be an education president because this means so much to him. And he's delivered on his promises, from addressing the mental health and academic needs of our students to signing the bipartisan gun safety bill, to loan forgiveness for public servants. And here in Wisconsin, he is grateful for the incredible partners like Senator Baldwin and Governor Evers. Tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever you're starting, as you step back into your classrooms, I hope that you remember that right now, someone out there is standing a little taller because you helped her find the confidence she needed. Someone is working a little harder because you pushed him to try. Someone is braver because you helped her find her courage. We know that there are challenges ahead, but we do this work because it's who we are. We're optimists, we're true believers, we're union members. We stand together and we fight for the communities we care about. Have a great school year. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there you hear it from the First Lady of the United States speaking at Glacier Edge Elementary School here in Verona. Very education heavy. This is almost like a fire-up pep rally for teachers as they get ready to start their school year. Of course, next week here in the Verona School District. And, you know, it was education heavy as I bring in Will Keneally, who's been with the First Lady since she landed at Dane County Regional at about 1:15 this afternoon. But Tony Evers, of course, long ago, some 30 years ago, was the superintendent in this district. In fact, he used to have a house on the other side of about a half a mile from Glacier Edge Elementary School, but that was a long time ago. But he introduced her, so to speak. Then Cabby Hong, who is a nationally honored English teacher at the high school here in Verona, he introduced Dr. Biden herself, an English teacher for many years. Education is going to be a big part of this platform, Will.
Right, exactly. And we heard a lot of the First Lady talk about, too, kind of the relationship between parents and teachers. Hearing a lot about the attacks on public schools, parents and teachers at odds, saying from the educator perspective that no, from her perspective, everybody's trying to encourage their kids to kind of grow and mature kind of as they are. And we've seen a lot of that in Wisconsin, too, with a lot of these school board recalls trying to shake up some of the school board administration from parents' perspectives.
Yeah, a rallying cry for the unions that goes back, of course, to Scott Walker's Act 10 years, a decade plus ago now. But, you know, teachers and students alike have had to deal with a lot. You talk about the pandemic. It's almost like teachers and parents get PTSD when they start hearing rumors of COVID having a resurgence and that sort of thing. So mental health is definitely on her mind with students. She talked about the devastation in Maui, what students are dealing with out there. But she's almost like the perfect person for the White House to put on the road this time of year as schools are top of mind.
Exactly. And we saw essentially two powerful education Democrats here. Certainly Dr. Jill Biden and then Tony Evers, as you mentioned before, former governor, former DPI secretary, and then former Verona administration school administrator here.
Yeah, Tony Evers, of course, a long-time educator throughout the state of Wisconsin, dating way back, a long time. So as from what we understand, there were about 500 folks in here taking in the First Lady's remarks here. They're filing out now. Maybe a little pep in their step for some of these teachers as they get ready for the school year ahead. But take us back to what her day has been. She was in Indiana yesterday, talking healthcare, talking school again there, did a little of that in Chicago, got up here about 1:15, a little later than planned, but tell us a little bit, take us on a recap of her day so far since she got here a bit ago.
So I'd say Jill Biden, through her visit here so far, has been kind of picking up on some of the administration's key priorities that we haven't heard recently from Joe Biden. He's been focusing a lot on infrastructure, especially when he came to Wisconsin just within the last few weeks here. So we heard her earlier talk about the cancer moonshots. Obviously, both Jill and the president have that personal relationship with close family members passing away to cancer. So talking about some of the federal infrastructure, or federal money that is put towards kind of the research and bolstering early cancer screening, for example?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned she's a good speaker. I mean, she's somebody with energy they can put on the campaign trail, talk about a variety of topics. She is, you know, very well versed. She got them fired up here today. It's interesting, and it speaks to how important Wisconsin is. Not only that Kamala Harris was here a month ago, followed by the president not too long ago, because they know they've got to counter the activities of the GOP in Wisconsin. That's going to be a heavy presence in the next 14 months. But, you know, she also split yesterday between Indiana and Illinois, but today is all about Wisconsin. Even though she got here a little late, she had her visits this morning, and then she's got more tonight with Tammy Baldwin. Exactly. So that Tammy Baldwin event's going to be a fundraiser, again, kind of in the heart of the Democratic country in Dane County here, kind of, you know, ginning up support here. We were talking earlier off air a little bit about how important Dane County is to Democrats, both in Wisconsin, and then because Wisconsin is such a key state for the country in these national elections. Dane County, Milwaukee County, some of these areas are really important for the Biden administration to visit. And that's why we've seen Joe Biden here, Joe Biden over in Milwaukee. Yeah, it's really fascinating to see how Wisconsin has become such an integral part over these last few election cycles. I mean, it was 20,000 votes. Hillary Clinton, of course, criticized heavily in 2016 because she didn't come here enough. Right, exactly. And of course, we didn't see the Democratic National Convention here back in 2020, but Joe Biden essentially and the Biden administration have been on par essentially with what the Obama administration has been visiting here in Wisconsin. All right, we're going to have much more coverage of the First Lady's visit. Straight ahead, stand by for live at, we should call it News 3 now at 5. Stand by for that.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend mattress sale is here at Ashley. This Saturday through Monday, get up to $900 on Beauty Rest Black and receive your choice of Apple AirPod Pros or Apple Watch. Plus, get $300 in free furniture. You won't find this deal anywhere else. Only at Ashley.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry everyone, I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks, Dawn. We think our windows are pretty great too.
Take two.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core, composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone.
Karen? Seriously?
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself. Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend sale is here at Furniture and Appliance Mart. This Saturday through Monday, save up to $1,600 on Whirlpool kitchen packages and free delivery in as little as 3 days. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
In today's Final Touch, are you looking for a venue for a big party?
Especially if baseball is your thing, you can rent this stadium from Airbnb for a night stay in this Florida baseball stadium. Yep, the Pensacola Blue Wahoos will let any old Yahoo rent the facility for an overnight stay. The field, the locker rooms, all of it. Why would you need this much room? We'll never know, but if you've got the $5,143, knock yourself out of the park.
Wow. That's one heck of a slumber party, right?
Invite everybody you know.
And charge admission.
That's right. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.